Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, you all having a powerful Tuesday thus far. As you already know, man, got some important things that I want to touch on today, man. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to tap in, tune in before we start building, because you already know builders build. But we got something to discuss today, man. I got something to vent on today. Casual C, peace. What's happening? What's going on? Trey, peace. What's happening? Beautiful Goddess Keys, peace queen. What's going on? My brother. Peace. What's going on with you? Anthony, peace. What's happening? Yeah, we gotta chop it up, man. We gotta chop it up out here. My brother Malik, what's going on with you, my brother? But we gotta chop it up though. Gotta chop it up. Starting to feel like we being taken for granted out here, man. On a massive scale, man. So we gotta talk about it, man. We gotta discuss this. I feel like this is very important. And I got some things to get off my chest in regards to this particular subject matter. I don't like when I feel like we being taken for granted out here. I can't tolerate the disrespect, man. I can't tolerate the nonsense. I can't tolerate the negativity that's being spit in our direction. And I'm talking about a lot of black men and things of that nature, man. Y'all know what's going on, man. I feel like a lot of times we be going under the radar. Under the radar, man. A lot of people say, well, there's plenty of people out here that give y'all credit. Well, it ain't enough. It ain't enough out here. We ain't getting enough credit out here, man. And somebody posed the question, do we need to get the credit publicly? And I feel like the answer to that is yes, because that's one of the ways to neutralize the false narratives that are surrounding us. Justin, peace, what's happening? One of the ways to neutralize the false narratives that surrounding black men is for the people that rock with us to speak up on our behalf. Because again, when we come out and we defend ourselves, then we just look like angry black dudes. So it's not really, ain't nobody really too much taking us seriously, because all of us walking around, all we doing is defending ourselves. So everybody gonna look at us like we the angry black dudes. So when it comes to reversing these narratives out here, when it comes to black men, we need other people to speak up on our behalf. And that's sad that it's that way, because y'all pretty much our words should be our bond. But like I said, when we respond in a certain manner, defending ourselves, then we just look like angry black men. So again, we gonna need some people to speak up on our behalf. Beautiful Goddess Keys, appreciate you. One of the ones. You one of the ones that's gonna at least try to attempt to speak up on our behalf. Because what's crazy is there is no problem once a black brother says something derogatory towards a woman, then they have no problem taking it to the national scale in regards to bashing all black men. But then when a black man does anything that's good, when a black man says something that's positive about a black woman, then we don't take that to the national scale. That doesn't go viral like it should. Like that doesn't happen. But if I came out and I said something derogatory about what's her name, Sha'Carri Richardson, you know what I'm saying, a track star, the queen, man, I didn't shout at all these people out. I just shouted out all these queens for the most part. But if I would have came out and said something negative about them, then boom, there we go. Now everybody gonna bash me and be like, see, black men always talking this, that, and the third. Well, that's not the case. But when a brother comes out and says something positive about these queens, you don't see statuses saying, oh man, look at all these black brothers talking good about these queens out here. You don't see that. You don't see that. You don't see that. So I need that same energy. I need that same energy to be applied to the brothers out here. And I consider myself part of that group, part of that congregation, the brothers out here that have no problem supporting these queens out here, these black queens, these black sisters. I have no problem giving a black sister some credit out here. I do it all the time. So we need to see that same energy when we do that, because I rarely see, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, I rarely see that being acknowledged. I only see it when it's the reverse. Again, it's that whole gender war thing, that whole gender war narrative that they striving to create out here. They want it to seem like it's black men versus black women. So again, every time that's the case, every time you pushing that type of narrative, man, I gotta say you pushing that agenda. You pushing that agenda. You supporting their agenda. That's what they want to do. They want it to seem like it's a war between black men and black women. So every time you push anything that revolves around that, then you are supporting that agenda. Come on now. We got to neutralize that. And one of the ways to neutralize it is when a brother talks good about these queens, we got to share that. And that's why I use the term taken for granted. That's why I say I feel like we are taken for granted. Because, hey, listen, silence is a language. Silence is a language. Like, listen, you saying a lot by remaining silent. So when these brothers go out of their way to acknowledge these sisters, please go out of your way to acknowledge them. Like, that's all I'm saying. When we gonna go out of our way. We gonna let these sisters know how powerful they are. Please go out of your way to acknowledge the fact that you see what we do. Because that's going to neutralize a lot of this nonsense, man. It's going to neutralize a lot of this nonsense, man, and kill a lot of these narratives. A lot of these narratives, man. I feel insulted when I see that type of stuff on Facebook. Because I'm like, man, here I just on Facebook was like, man, Claressa Shields, she is a great representative for the culture. I didn't even say Claressa Shields. She is a great black woman. I said Claressa Shields is a great representative for the black culture. I didn't say she's a great representative for the black women culture. I said for the culture, period. She's a great representative for the culture in regards to what she's doing out here. And it's like, boom, you like that, we keep it moving. If I would have said something negative about her, then that would have stirred up all type of controversy, because we know controversy sells, and boom. And boom. I would have been out here now. I would have been out here. So it's like, man, we show and prove every freaking day. It's like we demonstrate to the youth out here that, listen, it's best to be controversial. It's best to be negative. It's best to talk bad about people, because we do not honor, we do not acknowledge the brothers and sisters out here that speak that positivity towards one another. We don't. It goes right under the radar. You just gonna click like, keep it moving. Click like, move. All right, he said, all right, Claressa Shields, great representative for the culture. Like, if I would have said anything bad about it, you would have focused all your time and energy on that particular status. No, give your same time and energy when I say something positive. Like, man, Claressa Shields, a great representative for the culture. Well, let's build on that. Let's talk about that. Leave a comment. Focus on that. Share that. Like, man, yeah, this is true. It's an actual fact. And let's run down what she's doing. Let's run down the work she's put in for the culture and things of that nature. Let's run down how great of an athlete she is. Like, let's focus on that. Let's focus on that. Sharif and peace. DJ Elmo, peace. Beautiful Goddess Keys, man. I'm waiting on that blog. I'm waiting on it. Mike, for sure. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, we be needing that love back for sure. For sure. Wisdom, peace, what's happening? Yeah, Malik, man, and that's what it appears to be. Now, again, we already know it's a select few, so I don't want to take the select few for granted. We got some queens out here that acknowledge that. But what I'm saying is that number has to be greater. That number has to be greater. We got to get, it's like y'all got to recruit, man, because, hey, it's a lot of us brothers, man. We be going out of our way to support these sisters out here. We go out of our way, man. A lot of times we just got a bad rep for no reason. Bad rep for no reason. Like, for absolutely no reason. Like, I don't even know what's floating around about Sha'Carri Richardson. Like, I guess some dude said something negative about her. I don't even know what was said in a negative light about her. I quite frankly don't even care, because I'm not entertaining negativity. Like, what she's doing is great. What she's doing is awesome. So I don't even care about somebody saying something negative about her, because they just hating at this particular point. I don't really care. She's a phenomenal track star. So that's all I need to know. I didn't see her run. I didn't see her put in the work. She's phenomenal. So I guess somebody that said something negative, and once again, we done got lumped up in a whole entire box. I done seen people be like, man, see, the amount of these black men out here that's talking bad about Sha'Carri Richardson is crazy. And people talking about how they about to go in on the brothers. I'm like, well, wait a minute now. Wait, whoa. What about the ones that ain't doing all of that? What about the ones that have been giving them credit, posting the video? Man, I'd have been watching Sha'Carri Richardson run for a minute now. Been a fan of her. Been a fan of her. Been a fan of her. Been supportive of her. Yeah, I know a lot of brothers that been a fan of her, been supportive of her. But y'all, we ain't acknowledging that though. We ain't acknowledging that. So we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. Like my sisters, y'all got to do a better job of acknowledging the fact that there are some sincere brothers out here that honor y'all, that respect y'all, that care for y'all. Like we got that support y'all. Like we are out here. We are out here. And some of us don't have ulterior motives. Like we are legit out here. Like for real, we out here. Like we not playing. Like it's some of us, like we out here. When we see a black woman doing something phenomenal, we support that. We rooting for the black woman just like we rooting for the black man. It's some of us out here that's like that. It's matter of fact, it's a lot of us out here that's like that. A lot of us. Yeah, Justin, the separation is ridiculous. And we fall, it's like we fall for it every time. We fall for it every time. I don't like people don't what y'all gotta understand. This is what we gotta understand. The best way to combat ignorance is simply to ignore it. Every time that you comment on an ignorant post, every time, like you listen, you are feeding into the algorithm. So every time you watch that ignorant video, every time you comment on that ignorant video, every time you share that ignorant post, every time you comment under that ignorant post, man, you are feeding into the algorithm. You are feeding into the algorithm. A lot more people are going to see it because you keep giving it attention. So you got to starve those type of individuals and those type of posts. So if somebody is saying something negative about a sister, why would you respond to said person? You feeding that person. You feeding the beast. So now we're going to see more of that in the algorithm. That is how stuff becomes viral. So if we want to reverse that, we got to use that same energy towards the brothers that's out here speaking positively about the sisters. We got to feed that algorithm. We got to feed that beast. But no, when somebody says something negative, we give all the time and energy to it. We comment. Watch. All the views. No, stop doing that. If you don't like what somebody said about a sister and it's obvious that the person is hating, don't respond. Don't respond. Respond to the 10 brothers that said something positive about a sister. Come on now. Thunder, peace, Kev, man, it's getting a little ridiculous out here. It's getting a little ridiculous out here. I done had to speak on it, and I normally don't speak on this light, but nah, I feel like it's being taken for granted, man. I feel like it's being taken for granted, man. I feel like we be out here, and I feel like it goes under the radar. And the reason why I said that is because I literally just made that Facebook post, and I just felt like nobody. It's like boom, we just liked it, kept it moving, and people, if you on my what's crazy, if you Facebook friends with me, if you on my friends list, then I know you see me post positively about black men and black women. I know you see it. So to be acting like that stuff don't exist out here, especially when you got that on your friends list, man, is mind-boggling to me. I can understand if somebody says something about black women that's a black man that you don't like and you want to address it directly as that, that's cool. But when you start acting like it ain't no brother out here, like no brothers, when you to put us all in that same category, for one, that's just ridiculous. Because you should just be better than that. You should be wiser than that to know not to lump us all in one box. Like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop doing that, man. There's plenty. Listen, most of the black men in my family are married to or in relationships with black women. And they respect these black women. They will do whatever for these black women. Like they love, honor, and protect, provide for these black women. Like this is what I grew up seeing. And I know a lot of black men that can vouch for this. So it's a lot of us out here, man. So stop playing with us, man. Stop doing that. I'm done with the attack on the black male image. I'm done with that. Like I'm not gonna have that no more. I'm not gonna have it because I feel insulted because I'm one of them dudes. And a lot of people that said, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? You too humble. You need to. Well, I think I'm going to have to start doing it. I'm going to start having to let people know that, like, we out here. We don't have ulterior motives, man. We out here respecting, protecting, provide for, making black women feel safe. This, that, and the third. Like, we out here. Just in case y'all forgot, because obviously y'all must have forgot. So we got to announce it to the world. We got to neutralize the nonsense by announcing that we out here when it should be obvious. It should be obvious, man. It should be obvious, man. Y'all ain't about to talk bad about it. Y'all ain't about to do that, man. Y'all ain't about to do that, man. Y'all ain't about to do that, because then, like I said, at the same time, man, we got to all be open to criticism. See, this is the problem that I have with it. See, the problem that I have with this. Cool. Somebody, a black man, say something that you don't like. You disagree with what he said. Cool. You address him directly. No problem with that. But the moment you start lumping us all in one category, now it's like, now that's where it comes. That's where we start pointing the fingers at one another. Once you say all these men, this, that, and the third, then men going you already know it's inevitable that a man is going to turn around and say, well, these women do this, that, and the third too, or X, Y, and Z too. That is inevitable, because neither side is perfect. Neither side is perfect. Neither side. So just like we want to say we got black men out here that talk bad about these sisters, that talk dirty about these sisters, there are black women that's what they do. They sit up on their platforms and all they do, bash men. So we got that on both sides. But I'm not about to devote all my time and energy. I'm not about to waste, forget devote. I'm not about to waste all my time and energy on focusing on the black women that's out here just bashing men. I don't got time for that. I got time for that. I'm gonna focus on the sisters that speaking life to the black man, speaking life to the black women. That's what I'm gonna focus on. So if you out here speaking negatively about us, then okay, I'm not gonna give my time and energy to you. I'm not gonna waste that time and energy. All right, you got something bad to say, cool, move on, keep pushing. Keep pushing. Joey, peace. Terenzo, peace. What's happening? Oh, Kuma, man. Hey, for sure. For sure. Yeah, wisdom. And like I said, man, we all know we know a lot where that stems from. But it's like at this point, man, a lot of us, we know better. We just ain't doing better. Justin, man, and that personal experience thing is always funny to me, because, and this is why I find the personal experience thing funny, because every time somebody says that, because primarily I would have a lot of sisters say that, you know, well, based on my experience, woo wah wham, and they always talk about their experience with dudes out here. I'm like, man, I didn't have some crazy experiences with black women. I mean, I've had some I've had some tumultuous situations with black women, but yet I have never in my life, based on those experiences, said, you know what, I'm done with black women. I can't trust y'all, can't fool with y'all. And I didn't seen some things and dealt with some things with black women that could lead to a conclusion like that, and would lead to a conclusion like that for most. Man, I didn't see some black women do some terrible things. I didn't see some black women do some very terrible things, and I didn't been part of it. I've been part of this. I witnessed it. Things were done to me. I've witnessed it, man. Like, I've been there, done that. So I can easily be like, based on those experiences, black women are to not be trusted. Because I witnessed a lot. I witnessed a lot of situations that could lead me to the conclusion to be like, man, I do not trust black women. I do not trust y'all, based on my experience. But I've never did that. I've never written off black women based on the things that I experienced in my younger years. I've never said, based on all of those experiences, I don't trust y'all as a whole. Never have done that. Never. Never. And I'd have been placed in plenty of situations to where that should be that should literally be my conclusion. That should literally be my outlook in life right now. I should be like, I don't trust black women. That should literally be my outlook based on what I seen in my younger years. I seen that for years, for a long time, to where that should be my conclusion in life. But it's not. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Nor do I feel the need to bring that up every time. Like, man, y'all black women be doing this, that, and the third too. Nah. I'm not gonna bring that up all the time. Only time I'm bringing that up is just like when I was talking about yesterday, when I was talking about the black Muslims and the reason why we got a lot of these black groups, these militant groups, in response to all of the hatred that's been dished out on us. So we created these groups in response to that. The only time I would bring up anything about the sisters like that is when I feel attacked. So it's defense mode. It's defense mode in response to the bashing of the black man. So then I got to pull up all the facts on the other side. Like, you're not about to just bash me and think I'm not about to say anything about you and pull up the facts. So that's the only time I will do something along those lines, when you are attacking my image. When you are attacking me and you throwing me in a box that I don't even fit in, I got to let you know that's incorrect. And then in order to let you know that's incorrect, I have to pull up some facts. That is how we do that. We pull up evidence. We pull up facts. We're not just going to go off emotion. We're going to pull up facts. DJ Elmo, for sure. Anytime that happens, everybody is quiet. Man, Lindell, for sure, man. You already know, for sure. Oh, Terenzo, man, listen. Woo. Listen, that's another good one. That's another good one. When they focus so hard on the deadbeats. But man, I know plenty of like taking care of kids that are not their own. I know plenty of them. Plenty. I know a lot of brothers that fit that bill. A lot of brothers. I know a lot of brothers that fit that bill. I know a lot of brothers that fit that bill, and those type of things don't be going viral. Like, we got to understand, man, we trying to reverse what goes viral and whatnot. See, people making it seem like we doing these things for the intention of it to go viral, for it to be publicized. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, we got a lot of false narratives that continue to go viral that's making us look bad, and we got to deal with it. So what black women don't understand is, when y'all keep talking bad about black men, we got to deal with it. The good brother, like, we got to suffer. We literally got to suffer. We got to have people viewing us in a certain type of light, and it shouldn't be like that. So what we try to say is, man, please neutralize the other side of that. Please do that for us, because we can't do it on our own. Because again, if we do it on our own, we just look like we angry. So we need help. We need you sisters, the same sisters that's bashing a lot of brothers out here. We need for y'all to at least acknowledge the other side. Please, if you finna talk about the deadbeats, you might have a dude right now in your life that's looking after your kids. Whole while you focusing on the one that ain't taking care of the kids. Stop focusing on the negatives. Stop doing that. Stop highlighting the negatives. You focused on you focused on the actual father of your children. Whole while you got a dude that's willing to step in and take care of them, and they ain't even his biological children. Acknowledge that. Post that on Facebook. Like, post that on Facebook. That's what you post. You don't post when you just talking bad about the father of your. Don't post that when you got a whole dude that's willing to step into that father role. Post that. That's what you should be posting. Sharif, man, for sure. Montel, peace. What's happening? Terenzo, man, you already know it. Share it. And Ms. Donnie, for sure. You say it's crazy how black men can hate black women so much that they came from a black woman. And then on that too, because that's exactly why I don't hate him. Tupac said that, and keep your head up. But then on the vice versa script, on the vice versa lesson, we always got a vice versa. We always got to deal in equality. It's crazy how a lot of sisters can hate on brothers out here, and they wouldn't be in existence without the father. You break that word down, it's fat hurt. So what did the black man have to do? He had to plant that seed, make her fat, impregnate her. So again, it's crazy how we just hate each other when we all need each other for our existence. So that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how we can hate, how a black man can hate a black woman, and how a black woman can hate a black man. Because without each other, none of us are in existence. None of us are in existence. You talking about the fathers and mothers of civilization. It ain't just the mothers of civilization. It ain't just the fathers of civilization. It's the mothers and fathers of civilization. That's us. That's us. Like I say it all the time. Holy Trinity, the real Trinity, is man, woman, and what? Child. Man, woman. Man, I'm not finna hate on another brother. I'm not about to hate on another sister. Because where would I be without? Where would I be? That don't even make any sense. It don't make any sense to be hating. It don't make any sense to be a black woman hating a black man. It don't make any sense to be a black man hating black women. Don't make any sense. That's going, you matter of fact, you're going against nature. Oh, DJ Elmo for sure. You already know Shahrazad Ali, man. She was on point. But again, not only Shahrazad Ali, she just was the public figure that came forth with this information. But you basically talking about women that came out of the Nation of Islam. They had plenty of sisters in the Nation of Islam. Shahrazad Ali was just one that made it public, talking about that knowledge from a woman's perspective. But the Nation, man, they've been on that in regards to their women. So they've been spitting that rhetoric in regards to their women out here. And there's been a lot of other groups as well spitting that same type of rhetoric. She just made it public. But man, I didn't listen. I do the knowledge to a lot of coaches, man. And even when studying the Muslims and things like that, man, the NOI, studying groups like that, I have brought this to the attention. I have been talking to younger women, and I would bring up things like the Nation of Islam, like the Muslims and things like that. And before I can utter one word out, before I can finish my sentence, the first thing they start talking about is, I ain't fooling with that. I ain't finna have no man controlling me, telling me what I can't wear, telling me this, that, and the third. Before I can finish before I finish the sentence, as soon as I say something about Muslim, NOI, that's what comes out. I ain't submitting to no man. I ain't finna have no man tell me what I can and cannot do, this, that, and the third. I say, whoa, you obviously lacking understanding of what I was about to say. You have done zero knowledge in regards to the Nation of Islam and some of these other groups where they talk about submission and things of that nature. I say you have got it all misconstrued. But I feel you. I'm not about to I'm not going to debate somebody like that. I'm not about to debate them. If that's how you got it made up in your mind, do you go ahead, live your life to the best of your ability. Live your life to the best of your ability. But anytime I bring up one of these organizations to where they actually have roles for the women and the men, man, some of these sisters, before, like I said, before you can finish describing what's happening, the moment you say woman's role, they about to DDT you. They hit you with a stone cold stunner or something. Soon as you put these words together, women role, it's over. It's over. What role? What role? I ain't finna be staying at home doing this. Before you even are able to finish, when you say the role of a woman, women's role, it's over. Conversation over. You ain't getting no more words out. Like, I've been in a lot of situations like that, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now, calm down. Everybody has a role, my sister. Everybody, literally, everybody has a role, or at least everybody should have a role. That's how it should be. That's why a lot of things are dysfunctional now, because we're trying to get rid of roles. Everybody should have a role. I've talked about this in previous streams. That is what makes the team efficient. That's what makes a team great. Everybody has a role, and everybody knows the role. They accept the role, and they play according to that role. You cannot have a successful team if everybody wants to be the superstar. Just imagine the Bulls if everybody thought they was Michael Jordan. They would not have been as great. Some dudes is like, all right, man, that's the GOAT right there. We gonna just step back. I'm gonna just shoot the three when I'm open. You understanding your role. And your role is very important. Without your role, without your 9 points, we may not even win. We may not even win this game without you hitting that three-pointer. And that may be the only shot you made that whole day, but we won by 2. So your role is important. Everybody's role is important. But you got to know what the role is, and you got to embrace that role and accept that role. A lot of times, the problem. And I'm going to be honest with you. And this is piggybacking on my stream from yesterday, when I was talking about the difference between, like, why a lot of brothers gravitated toward the Nation of Islam opposed to the sisters, and why you find a lot of sisters in the church. I'm gonna be real with y'all 100%. I honestly feel like one of the main reasons why a lot of them sisters in the church opposed to these other organizations is because it's a lot more structure. You cannot listen. If you about to be a sister and you about to become a Muslim, it's a lot of structure. It's a lot of things you can't do. It's a lot of things that are forbidden that you listen. But Christianity, now you can go to the church looking any which way, saying any which thing. You ain't got to really monitor your ways and actions. But when you sign up for one of these other organizations, man, you got to follow strict laws, strict regulations. A lot of sisters don't like that. A lot of sisters don't like that. And that's just my honest assessment. There are sisters that do, obviously, because you got a lot of sisters in the nation. But for the most part, man, I feel like that's one of the main differences. That's why a lot of brothers was gravitating towards that, man. It was like, man, it's a lot of structure to it. Like, you can't do this, you can't wear it is. Like one of the rules and regulations that they had for the NOI back in the day. Now, I'm not saying this is right or wrong. I'm not saying I believe this. But one of the rules that they had, it was like, if you're a woman, you can't be left alone with any man other than your husband. See, little stuff like that, sister's gonna be like, nope. What do you mean? I'm not gonna abide by that. I'm not gonna live that type of reality. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. But see, that's a rule. It's a regulation. That's a law. It's something that you got to follow. If you don't follow it, then there's consequences. And the same for brothers. Like, it's plenty of rules and regulations for the brothers. And I'm going to give you another one. Another rule and regulation that the Muslims had. At least back in the day. I don't know if they still enforce it. But like, if you was overweight, if you was overeating and you became obese or overweight, like, it was a penalty for that. It was a penalty for that. It was a penalty for that. Like, if you was overeating, because they did not condone overeat. They didn't condone that. Hence the 1 meal a day thing coming from Elijah Muhammad, how to eat to live. So he didn't believe in or condone overindulging, overeating. So if you were a Muslim and you became overweight or obese and you didn't handle that situation, it was a penalty. Those are rules and regulations. Those are rules and regulations that you must follow. If you ain't watching what you eating and you become obese, overweight, it's a problem. It's a penalty. You get penalized. Just think about the world we live in, man. How many people, how many brothers and sisters can abide by those things, man? You got rules and regulations. If you ain't watching what you eating, if you ain't watching your weight, then you penalize. Like, these are the things. This is why I gravitate towards things with structure. You got to have rules and regulations. You got to have. Antoinette, Peach Queen, what's happening? Miss Donnie, for sure. Everybody got the flaw. Everybody. Everybody. All in Dale, you already know that's you know what month it is. It's Pride Month. They're not gonna bash him during Pride Month. They ain't gonna do that. Man, Terenzo, that's deep. That's actually deep. And I know a few brothers that got the same type of story. That is deep. I know a few brothers that got the same exact type of story, same exact verbatim. Nick, peace. What's happening? DJ Elmo for sure. But it's like, again, we can't worry about it because guess what? DJ Elmo, you said, like, and we're gonna put this on the screen because I got something to reverse that. He said, if the good black women stand up and defend or praise the righteous black men, they get attacked and called pygmy. But it's the same on our end. The black brothers that praise these sisters, what do we get called? We get called like simps and all that type of stuff. We get called lame and all that type of nonsense. So we willing to get called lame and simps, like, man, I done went out of my way. I didn't say, listen, I didn't praise black women on Facebook, man. I didn't got in all type of situations praising black women on Facebook. If I'm willing to sacrifice that, then they shouldn't worry about being called whatever they get called. Because these brothers, like, we get called all type of nonsense. You simping. Nah, I'm not. Matter of fact, my situation is good. I just honor and respect the black woman, man. I feel that everybody should do the same. That's just how I feel. I don't care what anybody thinks about that. I'm going to continue to stand on that truth. So I don't really care. And I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to stand on that square, man. Everything that I've ever said good about a black woman to this day, it still stands. Nobody is going to take that away from me. I will say that on any platform. You put me in front of millions and billions of people, I'm still going to say the same exact thing. I'm still going to honor and respect that black woman on the public platform. It don't matter. No matter, you're not going to change that. I don't care what the people view me as. I don't care. I don't care at all. Man, Moshe, man, I know, man, listen, the book I got, if y'all ain't read, y'all read this book, Reginald Lewis. It's called Why Should White Guys Have All the Fun? Man, he say this, man, he is a dude came in his life, stepfather. I mean, man, and he talked about all the respect he had for him and how this man just took him in and things of that nature, man. Just, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even tell that he was a stepson type deal. Man, do you know how, man, do y'all know how popular and common that type of role is for a black man out here, man, to just step in and start taking care of a woman's kids, man? Like, that is common. It's a lot of brothers that do that. It's a lot of brothers that's what they do. They gonna take you in with those kids, man. You got kids, I ain't worried about it. Let's go. I mean, I know, man, I'm telling you, man, there's plenty of brothers that step into that role. Plenty of brothers. Plenty of brothers. Oh, Antoinette, for sure. For sure. And that's what it's all about. We got to grow together. We got to grow together. But I think some of them, I'm going to speak for the black man. I feel like I know that we tired of going under the radar for sure. Some of the stuff be a slap in the face, man. Some of the stuff really be a slap in the face for sure, man. It's like at the end of the day, man, at some point, man, we got to call it what it is, man. Like, it's really being taken for granted out here. Like, real. I don't care about the whole nice guys finish last nonsense, man. But at the end of the day, that's the positivity, man. That's even just outside of the black man and the black woman type deal, man. Like, on a microscopic level, that's what happens, man. We tend to take the positive things and the good things for granted, man. Like simple things like the fact you breathing, like we take all those type of things for granted. So I know for a fact that the black men out here that have a positive mentality towards black women are getting taken for granted, because all things that are good in life get taken for granted for real. And that's for real, man. All the positive things in life get taken for granted. The positive things in life, for the most part, not going to go viral. Like, that's for real. That's an actual fact. So I can say that for certain. Just like I know for vice versa, the sisters that's out here praising the brothers that I'm talking about under the radar. So we just got to do a better job of just pushing and promoting that type of content, so we can eliminate these narratives, man, because these narratives are trash and they affect us, man. They affect us, and we got to deal with it, man. We got to be dealing with it. Every time you continue to push that false narrative, you killing us, man. We taking 100 steps back every time you continue to push that false narrative about black men or black women. 100 steps back. No, like, we just went backwards. Oh, Kuma, for sure, man, for sure. At the end of the day, man, that's Mom Dukes, mother of civilization, man. Your first home and things of that nature, you know, first home. Down to see peace. What's going on with you, Queen? Miss Donnie, for sure. People don't understand that you break down father, you got fat and hurt. Like, that's essentially what happens when someone is impregnated, man. So again, when a woman is impregnated, so yeah, don't understand. Terenzo, and it's crazy that you say that. It's crazy that you said what you just said. It's crazy that you ended it like, so I'm like, damn, I just be quiet. That's crazy, because that's what tends to happen with the good brothers out here. We just tend to be quiet. It's like, man, we didn't just like, hold on, man. All right, I'm just not even gonna say anything. That's what tends to happen. That tends to be the conclusion a lot of times. Like, man, you know what? I don't even care. No, I'm not even gonna entertain. I just be quiet. That's what we tend to do. That's what we tend to do. Justin, you say, you feel like the feminist movement was the worst thing that could have happened to black women, or do you got a different perspective? Now, I ain't gonna say the worst thing that could have happened to black women. The worst thing that could have happened to black women was that we got enslaved. So that's the worst thing that could have happened to black women, is what happened to all of us. Like, that's the worst thing. We came over here, man. They stripped of us of our culture, our language, our history, and things of that nature. That's the worst thing that could have happened to black women. That's the worst thing that could have happened to all of us. But that movement and the way that let me see, like, that movement and what it has become is definitely detrimental to not only the black woman, but the black family. So that the feminist movement, like just separating yourself from the black struggle, like that's a problem. I get it. You say you fighting, like you fighting for the equal rights of women, like at its origin. Like you, all right, women should be able to do this, that, and the third. We should have the same wages as men. Whoop, wop, wham. Got you. But it's like you don't really need to separate the black women struggle, the black woman struggle from the black man struggle. We fighting the same fight. So that's why I say I feel like we being taken for granted. So when you remove yourself from the black struggle, you basically removing yourself from the black man. Because now you saying, all right, this is the black woman struggle here. This is this black feminist movement. This is the black feminist struggle. We fighting for the rights of black women. So now you have just removed yourself from black men. That's how I view it, because the black struggle, it's not a black man struggle. Like the black struggle, when you look at all the movements that popped up back in the day, it was never about just the black man. Never. It was about black people. When you study Marcus Garvey, when you study Elijah Muhammad, when you study Noble Drew Ali, when you study the Black Panthers, when you study all of these, when you study all of those movements back in the day, it was about black people. We were fighting for the rights of black people. It was never just solely about black men. So like the black struggle to me is the struggle is me fighting for the black woman and for me fighting for the black man. That's what that struggle is for me. So it's no need for you to call yourself a feminist. It's no need for you to join a feminist movement, because we fighting for your rights over here. So don't slap me in the face and say, ah, man, we fight for women. Man, I'm fighting for your rights over here in the black struggle. There's no need for you to label yourself that. Man, this black struggle right here that you was a part of is the same struggle, like you fighting for that. It's no sense to create a movement that's all that's focusing on, because again, we focused on the black family. We focused on the black man, woman, and child. That's the ultimate struggle. That's the ultimate struggle. So now it then turned into a situation, like I said, where roles have reversed. So now it turned into a situation where, and this is why I say people become what they criticize. So now what didn't happen is these feminists that spent all this time criticizing this male-dominated society, the wicked form of it, because it's a lot of righteous men out here. We just ain't in positions of power like that. So what the feminists did, they are actually mimicking. They are mimicking and emulating this wicked power structure. So now these feminists then got into positions of power, and guess what? They doing the same exact things that they have criticized this male-dominated society of doing. They are literally doing the same exact thing. They are emulating that same exact society, that same exact wicked male-dominated society. These feminists then got in positions of power, and they doing the same thing. They are literally doing the same. They are emulating that. So they trying to create a society where it emulates that. It's just gonna be women on top. But you finna act in the same way that the male-dominated society act that you didn't like. So you become what you criticize. That ain't cool. That ain't gonna make the world better. That ain't gonna make the world better. What's gonna make the world better is when we deal in equality and deal in balance, where it ain't about the black woman, it ain't about the black man individually. It's about us collectively. That's when things are gonna change. That's when things are gonna change. CCPs, what's that, man? That was a long-winded their response there, Justin, but I had to drop that jewel on them real quick. Lindell, you say how I compare this to, man, you know, that Lil Nas X situation to get you in trouble talking about that type of stuff, man. But the crazy thing is, like you say, all the attention we spent on that, then the white dude come out that play football and announce this to the world that he's gay, and ain't nobody saying it. We ain't even focusing on that. CC for sure. Like that maturity, literally. But and that's the crazy thing, because we just going back to the roots. But we done been so westernized here. So when you start talking about roles, like people automatically start feeling some type of way. Automatically out the gate. Like, man, what you talking about roles? I don't have no role. I'm doing the same thing. I'm doing the same thing. I can do the same thing he can do. It don't matter about what you can do. It's about what's gonna make it more efficient. Like, why should all of us be doing the same exact thing? That's not work. That's working harder and not smarter. The easier way to work, the smarter way to work is to divide things up in roles and give duties to certain people. Like if you got kids, you give them certain duties. Listen, y'all, you clean the kitchen, you clean this room. You don't have one of them just do everything. No. Oh, you spread the work. You spread the work. That makes things easier. That makes the operation run smoother. That's what you do. God's existence, peace. What's happening? And Donna, see for sure. And even with that word, because I just bring that word up because I was talking about Muslims, and that's the first thing that people think about. Well, that's the first thing a lot of women think about when I mention Muslim, Islam. The first thing they think about is submission. So that's why I brought that word up in and of itself, because I don't necessarily too much. I don't want to say I don't care for the word, but like my perception or perspective towards that word is like we all submit to one another when it comes, depending on what it is that's happening. So when it comes to being nurturing, then I'm submitting to a woman because that's not me. But when it comes to protecting, then she should submit to me because that's my role. So depending on what we asking for of one another, then we should submit on those grounds. So I feel like everybody does that. Like if that's your strong area in this relationship, I'm submitting to you in regards to that particular area. Like if I'm the educator, man, if I study research and that's what I do, then you submit to me in regards to information. You gonna trust me to supply the family with the proper information. If your role is the cook of the family, like if you deal with the food, I'm gonna submit to your role. I'm gonna trust that you gonna supply us with the proper food and things of that nature. So it just depends on the role, and whatever the role is and whatever your strong point is in the relationship, the other person obviously will submit to you in that regard. So I just got a whole, that's my perception on that particular, or perspective on that particular concept. Dang, Miss Donnie, now that's crazy. He slept. Boy, that was messed up. That's messed up. Man, hold on. I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to go through these comments, man. We got some. I'm late on all the comments, man. But let me try to respond to some of these comments, man, because we building. Yeah, CC, for sure. I'm telling you, man, some of them rules in Islam, man, like you got to be serious about that. And I said this for a fact, though. I said, man, listen, if we take Christianity and we actually make people like abide by the rules that's in the Bible, you wouldn't have a lot of Christians. You wouldn't have a lot of Baptists. You wouldn't have a lot of, if you made people actually abide by these rules and they got penalized for not abiding by the rules that's in these books, you wouldn't have people claiming to be Christians. They just couldn't do it. They couldn't do it. You mean tell me I got to do this, I got to do that, man? Because you actually got some legit women out here. I got these women in my family that like legit follow the actual rules of the Bible, like to the point where they don't wear pants and stuff like that to church. I got some of these women in my family. Listen, I got this in my family, so I know that this happens. So if people start teaching the Bible and stuff like that, women gonna leave. I ain't doing that. So I told it, if you start enforcing all these rules that's in these holy books, you will have less people in these religions. People will start leaving these religions. Oh, you want me to do what now? Not doing it. So we start enforcing all these rules, man. People will leave Christianity. People will leave the Catholic Church. People will leave all these. They'll leave all the churches. Leave all the mosques, man. The numbers are decreased if you made people actually live according to what the holy books is telling them to do and be. People couldn't even do it. They couldn't even do it. Shakira, for sure, man. Rules and regulate, man. We need rules and regulations. Like for real, like we need that. Like if everybody was just out doing whatever it is they want to do, like this world would be the world already pretty much trash because people don't respect the rules because we ain't out here enforcing no rules. We ain't out here raising children with rules and regulations. We letting them do whatever they want to do. You gotta let a child be a child. Nah, you gotta be a parent, man. What do you mean let a child be a child? How you gonna let a 10-year-old tell you he gonna identify as a girl? Nah, that would never fly in my house. Listen, I would have never been able to say anything like that to my pops at 10. They would have been like, look, you can identify with whatever you want to identify as once you get out of my house. But as long as you under my roof, you ain't about to identify. You ain't identifying as no girl and you 10. My pop said this repeatedly. He not about to let children run his household. Man, that's if I don't remember anything that my pop said as a youngin', he continued to say that. I'm not about to let children run this household. Not about to let children run my household. My pop said that. That's one thing that I have taken from my pop. He said, I'm not about to let children run this household. And now y'all sit up here and y'all think y'all about to think it's cool for a 10-year-old, 11-year-old to be like, I don't identify as a man. Listen, no. In 2000, that wasn't flying. In 1995, that wasn't flying. In 1985, that wasn't flying. Like, nah, we got to start going back to that way of living. Like, it's just certain things you're not doing. You're not about to be 10 talking about what you don't identify as. It's not happening. It's not happening. That's not acceptable. I didn't get everything I wanted as a child. Like, come on, we gotta stop doing that. We gotta stop doing like acting like that. Oh, you ain't letting a child be a child. You ain't letting a child express himself. Man, listen, I didn't get everything I wanted as a child. And I turned out just fine. My people ain't just let me have my way. You're not supposed to do that. You're not gonna let your child just have their way. Come on, man. Shout out to the wife, y'all. Donations and all that. I just noticed the wife's in the building. Santriez, peace, what's happening? DJ Elmo, yeah, Reginald Lewis. His story very interesting. Moshe, for sure. For sure, man. We get we get taught. Man, listen, I'm gonna give y'all another Jew. It didn't got so bad where I have seen women literally post about how they don't like when dudes call them queen and stuff like that. Now I get it that some dudes can be using that as game, but man, why is that making you mad? Like literally, that term literally should not be making you mad. Like if they come into you like, hey man, peace queen, good morning queen, what's going on? Don't call me queen. Like I've literally seen that. I literally have seen that. I literally have witnessed that. Like we get mad over things that don't even warrant an attitude. Like that shouldn't even make you mad. Like that should not cause you to have an attitude. Because somebody was like, you know what I'm saying? Good morning, queen. You look nice, queen, whatever the case may be. Why is that upsetting you? That just should not be the case. And then you wonder why a lot of brothers would just, like a lot of good brothers won't approach you because we didn't see, like I'm saying, your good brother didn't try to go out their way and give you some props. And you just was like, man, don't call me queen. Don't do that. Well, dang. Well, the good brother just gonna be like, I ain't gonna say nothing. I will remain silent. 5-star peace, what's happening? Man, even with that, I don't if a person is a stepfather, if a person about to take on that role, if the dude is a decent dude, at the end of the day, if the dude is a decent dude, he gonna do what needs to be done, man. He gonna take care of that child like he is on, no matter what his situation is. If a man was raised to be a man, like he might not have it all together at that particular point, but man, when you bring a child into his life, he gonna take care of that child, no matter what his situation is. No matter what his situation is. He gonna find a way to do what's necessary to take care of that child that ain't even his own. Like I said, I know plenty of people that fit that bill, man. They just gonna do whatever it is they need to do to take care of that child, man. That's what an honest man is gonna do. So an honest man, if he's in the process of building and he just so happened to meet a woman that he fools with that has a child, then that process of building, he gonna expedite it. He's like, well, you know what? I wasn't planning on this, but I'm rocking with this queen and she got a seed. So you know what? In order for me to make this work, what I'm currently doing ain't gonna work right now. So let me go ahead and expedite this process. Let me go ahead and get my life on track. And that's what he gonna do. He gonna do it. He gonna do what he needs to do to make sure he taking care of that extra responsibility. He ain't even gonna look at it as an extra responsibility. He gonna look at it that this comes with you. So it's just my responsibility. It ain't necessarily even extra. Funner G for sure. I'll probably say is runner up. Probably. Yeah, Shakira, and that's the problem. Putting the sex before the ring. I ain't never been too fond of that. You ain't never about to hear me say, "All right, I'm fighting for black man's right, black man's right, black men's rights." Like what? Like that don't even sound right. Like no, I'm not doing that. I'm fighting for all of us. If I go down fighting, best believe I fought for black women and black men. Like that's what I fought for. Hey, Lorenzo for sure. You say being quiet and speaking is the same thing for sure. And Shakira, and that's what and a lot of people don't be understanding that it's almost like affirmative action. And people think affirmative action was something intended for black folk. Affirmative action was actually created for white women. And this modern feminist movement, a lot of this stems from white women, you know. So a lot of this stems from that, just like affirmative action that is origin in America, in the wilderness of North America. Affirmative action had little to do with black people. It had all to do with white women who considered themselves the minority. And that's what people don't understand. The original deadbeat, the original abuser, is the white man. Like listen, the white woman for the longest. See, this is where all this stuff stems from. The white woman for the longest was trying to separate herself from the white man because of all the abuse and the way the white man viewed and treated his woman. That's where all of this stuff stems from. We didn't come from that type of culture. We wasn't out here treating all women like that. Now, when we came here, we started learning the ways of the beast, and we started to emulate the beast because we fell in love with our oppressor because he took our culture away from us and gave us his culture. So after being here for so long, then we started to adopt those ways, the ways of the savage. But for the longest, that's what the whole fight was. The white woman was like, I'm tired of being mistreated. I'm tired of being disrespected. I'm tired of being abused. I'm tired of being raped. I'm tired of being molested. Like that was her fight. That's what the white man was doing to her. So they had to group up and they had to be like, you know what? We're tired of the way these men are treating us. We fighting against y'all. So somehow down the line, but we know where this happened at. But somewhere down the line, the black man became that image. Man, that is the white man. Like all this feminist movement, they be attacking black men when the white man is really the one you should be attacking. The white man then started all that wickedness. Man, the white man is the reason behind all of that wickedness. That's who was abusing his woman. That's who was abusing women. That's where the disrespect towards women came from. Man, that wasn't us. Man, go study our culture. We wasn't on that. We was not on that. So stop making it look like the black man is the mascot when it comes to disrespecting women, being a deadbeat father, like all of that type of nonsense. We not the mascot for that. We not. We are not the mascot for all of that nonsense towards women. We are not. Let's be real. Let's be real. And y'all and black women be out here quick to run to these white dudes. I'm telling y'all, that's where all of this stuff originates from. Keep running to them white men if you want to. Just like that football player, that white football player tried to kill that sister, man, and was sitting there drinking a smoothie. Keep playing with them. Keep playing with them. Keep running to the white side like that's what you want. And them true colors gonna start coming out. Man, keep playing. Keep playing. Y'all really gonna start respecting the brothers. Then y'all keep running to that white side thinking everything's sweet and his true ways and actions come out. Come on. Y'all better quit playing with us, man. We not the prototype. We not the poster child. We not the mascot for being deadbeats, for being abusive towards women, for disrespecting women, for belittling women. That's not us. Like, that's not our true nature. Like, that's not where that came from. So stop making it seem like that's the case. Beautiful guys, Keys. What you say? You and Moshe got some points here. Say, I think a lot of bitter men and women are so hurt from their past. They listen to red pill to feed their emotions of hating one woman who did them wrong, and they overlook all the good women. Facts. And like I said, I'm still not educated on the pills. All I don't know. How many pills are there, man? Y'all, I forgot if y'all told me. What is it? Got a black pill? Because if we ain't got a black pill, then I'm that. I'm the black pill. You know what I'm saying? I'll be hearing red pill, blue pill, like I said, pink pill. Lil Nas X and them, that's the pink pill, I guess. But if they ain't got a black pill, then put me in that. I'm black pill community. If they ain't got a black pill, then I claim that. But that's what tends to happen. And then we start passing that down to the children. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't had them bad experiences with black women, and then you got a whole daughter, and then all that daughter that heard you do is talk bad about black women, and vice versa. You got a whole son, and all that son and heard you do is talk bad about black men. That's not cool. Because now he gonna start feeling bad about himself. Like, dang, man, my mom didn't talking bad about black men, and I'm a black man. I don't want to be a black man. I don't want to identify as a black man, man, because my mother made it seem like a black man is not the thing to be. So we got to understand the ramifications behind a lot of what we do and how that affects us, man, how that affects the future generation. PH, man, listen, I ain't worried about attention from white media, black media, green media, orange media. Listen, we gon' the truth shall prevail. No matter who supplies us with the attention. But Moshe, what you say? You say, and I agree, they have demonized men to the point where black women feel empowered and aid in the destruction of our own people, blaming us for patriarchy, but will bow down to the white man for a job. For sure. For sure. That same white man, like I said, that ain't never respected women. That ain't never respected women. That's a fact. Y'all want to talk, we want to talk about history and all that. We want to talk about facts and fiction. Go find me a point where a white man was out here respecting women. Man, they did not care for their women, man. Historically speaking. Nick, for sure. Hey, Terenzo, you said, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where it got started too. I have no clue. Beautiful Goddess Keys, Trey, man. I ain't even seen Trey play. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have to tap in. Kevin, appreciate that donation. Yeah, Moshe, yeah, dominate, yeah. Being dominated and submission are very different, for sure. Even being controlled, like people be thinking submission means control. Like that stuff is all different. Like even in control, like you ain't nobody controlling you. Like it's more so, and then it's a trust and respect factor, man. Like if you respect your man, like you submit to that man, you trust in that man, that man gonna lead you in the proper direction. You should, and I know plenty of sisters that's all they want. That like they want a man to lead him in the proper direction. Like that is what they want. That's literally what they want. They want that man to be a man and to lead. Oh, Donna C for sure. And you said people can talk all day. People do talk all day. It ain't that they can. People do talk all day. That's what they do. People do that. Yeah, beautiful Goddess Keys. They call it law and government for sure. And Thunder, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Let me know. Let me know if we got the black pill, because I fool with the black pill. Andronicus, peace. What's happening? What's happening? All Lindell for sure. Like I said, I don't even know what they said about Sha'Carri Richardson. Like, I don't even know what was said in a negative light. I ain't even giving that any type of energy, because the sister be doing her thing, man. She be doing her thing on the track. I ain't finna hate on that. That don't even make any sense. Why am I a black man hating on the black woman doing her thing out there on the track and field? Man, she finna represent the black folks in the Olympics, man. Let's go. Show them why we the original people. Like, show them how we get down. Like, that's what I'm on. I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for her and Simone, man. I'm rooting for all of them. When it be the Olympics, I'm rooting for everybody black. I don't care who it is. Black woman, black man, I'm rooting for all of them. I'm rooting for them all. I'm rooting for the black men on the track. I'm rooting for the black women on the track. I'm rooting for them all. So I ain't finna hate. Terenzo, man, listen, we would have got, listen, you get, when you talking like that as a kid back in the day, you getting dropped off at boot camp. Like y'all know that ride, you getting put in that car and your pop's gonna take you somewhere and you not about to like where they gonna take you. You better not start talking like that, man. You talk like that as a child back in the day, man. Your pop's putting you in that car like, hold on, something wrong. We're gonna drop you off. Thunder, hey, Terrell, yeah, I'm telling y'all, we wouldn't be in existence. My pops would be locked up because he had been and took me out the game. Montel for sure. All of it is too far. It's like, wait a minute, what? Underdrifter for sure, man. We always got to do that. We always got to do that. Always. Hey, beautiful guys, keys. You can't. What they say? What dude say? You was delivered? What that dude say? He had been delivered. That's what happened to you. That's what happened. Yeah, Donna. See, y'all know how the black folk, y'all know how the black parents get down. You know what I'm saying? You can do what you want to do once you get up out my house, but as long as you under my roof, you gonna eat what I cook and you gonna do what I say. Like, that's what you gonna do. That's what's gonna happen. Carbon. Yeah, man. Come on, Carbon. Come on, Carbon. Hey, Thunder. That's one of my joints. That's what men do. That's stick. Yeah, Thunder. Affirmative action most definitely does. Most definitely. And I still, like I said, I don't even care if it's a child, man. At the end of the day, it's a village mentality. Some people, that's just how they was born and bred. Like they just gonna take care of. Listen, if they fool with them, and the way a lot of men were taught, like if you fool with that woman, man, you gonna do whatever comes with that woman. You gonna take care of that. You gonna take care of that. That's what a man is gonna do. So this is where, like, when you raised as a man, like that's part of your responsibility as a man. Like that's how men were raised. Like when you was a boy and you was raised to be a man, that's one of the things, that's how you was raised. So it was like if you come into a situation and that woman, she has children and they not your own children, but you really fool with that woman, you must do what you got to do as a man. That's how we was raised. Like that's just how we was raised. You got to take care of that responsibility, man. If you really trying to be with her, then you got to do what needs to be done to provide for that woman and her and that woman and her children. That's the old school method. That's the old school way. And I've seen plenty of people go out of their way to do it. And it worked out well for them. It worked out well for them. So at the end of the day, man, if you rocking with a person, man, you're gonna do what you need to do to make sure you with that person. And if that includes taking care of the kids that come with the person, then that's what you're gonna do. That's what you're gonna do. And that's how men was raised. So it's only like that type of stuff, man. Like that's the type of stuff that you was raised to do as a man. Like if you a boy and you was raised by men, this is how the men is raising you. So like people, a lot of times, if you wasn't raised like that, you're not gonna understand it. You probably not gonna understand it. But that's the way that we was raised. That's the stuff that we instructed to do, at least strive to do to the best of your ability. Hence why some of us are constructed the way that we are. You don't see a lot of us show certain emotions because that's the way we was raised back in the day. Y'all ain't gonna see me cry and things of that nature. Not saying that makes one weak, but I was taught not to do that. Like, nah, man, like stop, don't complain, don't cry. You just go, you handle your business. So that's one way that I was raised. If you wasn't raised like that, you're not gonna understand that. So that's almost conditioning, it's programming. So a lot of dudes just programmed to be like that because of their upbringing, because of how they was raised, because of what they were instructed to do. It's instructions. Just like it's a certain way that some women were raised to be with children. Like I can't relate to some of that, man, because that's to me, that's how a woman is supposed to be, like nurturing and stuff like that. That just ain't, I wasn't raised to be nurturing. Like that is not me. Wasn't raised to be like that as a man. Like I was raised to take care of seeds and deal with seeds in a whole totally different light. Nurturing, that aspect of it was more so for the woman. So it's like we was all, when you raised properly, you know what I'm saying? When you raise man, when a man is raising a young boy, like it's certain things that man gonna teach his young boy to do in order to become a man. And when you are a woman and when you're a young girl and you raised by a woman, it's gonna be certain instructions there. And somewhere down the line, all of this stuff got mixed, tangled up, and we got a lot of confusion. So nowadays, like, it's not being taught like that. It ain't being handed down like that. It ain't like this is what men do, this is what women do. It ain't being taught like that anymore. And that creates a lot of the problems, and that creates a lot of the confusion. So the instructions ain't being handed down like that no more, man. It's like, nah, y'all do whatever y'all feel is necessary. Like, no, it's certain things that we was like, this is what a man supposed to do. This is what a man supposed to do. This is what a woman's supposed to do. This is what a young boy is supposed to do. This is what the young girl is supposed to do. But it's not being taught like that anymore. So we gotta, honestly, we gotta get back to having those type of instructions for the younger generation. If we don't have, we can't be afraid to be like, listen, it's the role of a man, it's the role of a woman. This is what it is. We can't be afraid to have that. We gotta actually bring roles back. Now I'm for real, y'all, but do they got black pill though? Like I'm dead serious. Dominique Peace, what's happening? Like I'm for sure for real. Is there a such thing as a black pill? Please, somebody let me know. We got NyQuil, black pills. We really got a black pill out here? I will claim that. But y'all know how I go though, man. We gotta do a better job collectively. And it's a lot of us out here that are doing that better job. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we gotta do a better job of acknowledging one another when it comes to that positive side. We be leaving each other hanging, man. Like when you see them brothers out here that's doing what they need to do, share, like. So they didn't took black pill and they didn't made it something negative. And see, there we go. See? But like I said, pills are destructive. So I don't fool with pills no way. I don't take pills. So y'all know I said that in the last stream or one of my last streams. I don't take pills. Pills are destructive, man. So we don't even take pills around here. We deal with everything organically. We don't take pills. That's a shortcut. We don't do that. So we don't take pills are destructive for your health, man. So we don't advocate pills around here, man. Nobody takes pills. So I'm just joking anyway. Like I said, I deal with y'all. Y'all know my culture. Y'all know my foundation. Forget a pill, man. Y'all know what I stand for, man. Again, it's the man, woman, and child, man. 360 degrees and things of that nature. So we don't deal with the pills, man. We deal with everything organically. That's how we operate. That's how we function. That's how we function. We deal with things on that holistic manner. That's what it's all about. It's holistic health. So y'all heard me break that down before. Jeremy, man, that's D12, man. That's the song that I think about every time I hear about pills. That song D12 made, literally. That's what when I hear something about pills, I think of D12 song. What was that, Purple Pills? You know, that's what I think about. Justin, nah, traditional, when you think of pills, you think of like pain pills and things like that. Supplements are different. But I don't recommend going too crazy on the supplements neither, man, but supplements are different. Supplements are more so to supply your body with something that it lacks in like capsule form. Like a pill, man, you trying to short circuit something. Like if you have pain, you take that pain pill, what you trying to do is you trying to treat that symptom and say, all right, we're trying to get rid of this pain. But what you don't realize is like your body letting you know that it's pain in that area is actually a good sign. But when you just treat the system, man, you messing up your natural system because your body gonna start or stop letting you know something is wrong every time you continue to take these pills that suppress the symptom. So a pill, for the most part, man, got a lot of negative ingredients within it that make it toxic. A supplement like vitamin D or vitamin D3 or something, like that's a vitamin or mineral that you may think that you lack, and that supplement in capsule form is supposed to supply you with it. A pill ain't necessarily supplying you with essential vitamins and minerals. It's supplying you with chemicals that's going to suppress a symptom that's actually making you worse in regards to your health. Oh, Lindell for sure. Yeah, Sister Soldier for sure. For sure. Yeah, hey Thunder, that yeah, that joint was funny. That joint was funny. Vanilla Ice, sit down. Don't try to rap again, man. Don't do it. We don't need that negative energy in our life. We don't need to see dude trying to rap again. Got better things to do. But y'all, man, I think I done served that purpose for the day. It's another positive and powerful stream. Nice interaction, nice dialogue. But y'all know it is. I gotta make my moves, man. Make my rounds. Gotta finish off the day with these sessions, man. So y'all be easy. I'm gonna try to tap in with y'all again tomorrow. So y'all stay tuned. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Tuesday. Make sure y'all get some good quality foods in your system. Drink some water, get some rest, meditate, do your affirmations, do some journaling, all that good stuff. I'm out, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.